to talk about entities feeding off us in our lower chakras. Basically, I'll give you an example of myself. They was feeding off me because I was living in fear, shame, guilt, because of like my past, because I was like a drug addict and I lived in a lot of shame and guilt. And so I was living in my lower chakras for many years, which is hell basically. It wasn't until I got out of my lower chakras and into higher chakras that I realized that I was in hell for many years. So basically, the devil does not go into empty houses. So if you struggle from addiction, or if you was like the black sheep or anything like that, um, you have definitely got a purpose here for this new earth. So yeah, most of the black sheep and chosen ones have basically got a purpose here to create this new earth to help change. And how I got into my higher chakras was by basically facing all my guilt and shame and everything everything I'd done from my past and past lives. It doesn't have to be just this life. It could be your past life as well. Do you know what I mean? That you've carried on into this life. But the best thing to do is just to basically turn off the news, start living in the moment, start getting connected back with nature, start getting connected back with your soul, because that was their whole plan, is totally getting us disconnected from source, from God, from a higher power, whatever your higher power is. That's what they wanted us to do, be disconnected totally, so we've got no power. We have to look outside of ourselves for our power, when all along the power is within yourself. It always has been. You just have to find it. And by finding it is by looking at all your shit basically, and just facing it all and realizing you wasn't actually an arsehole after all that. Do you know what I mean? It was just basically all the shit that you'd been through, all the past programming from when you was a kid, teacher, society. Do you know what I mean? They didn't want you to be your authentic self. They didn't want you to be who you should be. Do you know what I mean? They want you to be wearing masks and just conforming to all the shit. Fuck that. Be your most authentic self. Do you know what I mean? It's the most freeing thing I've ever done for myself. Do you know what I mean? So that's all I can suggest to you, is start being your most authentic self and not giving a fuck what anyone thinks. Because everyone else is in their own heads worrying about what anyone else is thinking of them. So why not be your most happiest self? Do you know what I mean? I am now. And I'm, do you know what I mean? I'm co-authoring a book. I'm actually facing limiting beliefs by being seen. I obviously was crucified for many lifetimes for being seen and didn't want to be seen and shown my gifts. And now I'm like, who gives a fuck what anyone thinks of me? Do you know what I mean? Stop worrying what anyone thinks of you. Just do you. That's it. Do you. Be happy. Live in the moment.